Good morning everyone. Today is June 11th, 2020. It is 64, but feels like 65 here in North Idaho. I'm Jody, and welcome to Moose Flats Farm. So the pruning back of the peppers is actually really working out good. As you can, what are you doing, Bernie? As you can see, I've got lots of growth coming in on them. And so today I'm going to be working on planting the last of the pepper bed. I'm doing it kind of weird. I'm using landscape fabric to go over the top of the mulch and everything, just in theory that this will help heat the soil, and because peppers like it hot, so help heat the soil and get them off to a really good start. I've got the bed with the eggplant and the other two pepper beds done. I'll show you those in a little bit. But I've never used landscape fabric before, so of course the first bed I did the hard way, where I placed all my plants, dug the holes, took the plants out, put the fabric down, had to find the holes, cut the X's, and then plant the plants. And yeah, that was a bonehead move on my part. So I'm doing it the correct way, and it went a lot faster. So let's get on with getting this bed planted. So I am going through and trimming around where, like the scarlet runner beans. And some spots I'm stapling, and other spots I'm using the landscape staples to hold it in place. And I am kind of doing high density planting. I've got the soaker hose wrapped around, and that's one of the hard parts about doing it this way is half the time I cut the hole in, cut the hole in the landscape fabric, and then the soaker hose is right there, so got to tweak it a little bit. But this will definitely give them a lot more heat, hopefully, with the black, especially now that while they're still on the small side. And I got a wiggly worm that's not happy that I'm digging in his house. And then if I do find one that's a little tall, I'm nipping the top out of it. Okay, since we're getting a little bit of rain, we're going to do a little GoPro walk around, show you what I did on the beds with the peppers and eggplants. So this is the bed that you saw me put in, and my cousin showed up and not really a good fan on being on the channel. She would, but would rather not. So I respect that. I cut a strip here and planted those peppers there. She did bring me over a couple more of the tomatillos. Have to do some cleanup and remove some of the blossoms just so it will do root. But she brought me a purple grape tomato. And this one over here is just basically the leftover peppers and the couple eggplants that I just used a piece of scrap landscape fabric. Not really seeing anything on those guys, but still have to get my basil planted. I'm going to plant it along the tomatoes there. In this bed, and this bed I planted all with eggplants. And then the big bed here is all peppers. So let's go into the greenhouse and I'll kind of explain the theory of why I'm doing it this way this year. You guys need to go in the house out of the rain. But I got the greenhouse all cleaned up, and my cousin helped me get everything planted. Everything did get labeled, so I will know what it is. So over here we've got a Brazilian starfish pepper that my cousin brought over, another blueberry back there. This one is basically my cherry tomatoes. Just need to do some cleaning up and clipping. Tomatoes, 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 and then we go into my peppers and like got to go through and pull the blossoms off this guy just so it will get root growth growing. More peppers, my two different types of eggplants and my peppers, and I'm really happy to be able to say that I've only had to buy a few flowers and then the stuff for the shade garden. Other than that, I have started everything myself except for the rosemary, but I'm working on that. I would go out there and shoo those babies in, but they won't stay in. Hopefully it doesn't rain too heavy and hard. And out here in this pot, and you see that little million bell? That one is like 2 years old. But I am going to be planting some more of the Mad Hatter pepper there, just because I had so much of it and I really like it, so I think it will look kind of cool there. So even though I know it's raining, I've got to get that fence along the garden so Princess will quit eating my cabbages. So I think I'm going to do that in the rain. Well, got the fence. Get closer so you can see. Got the green fence put up all along here so that Princess will stop eating my cabbages. Have shooed these guys in once already, and they keep coming back out to be in the rain. You guys are gonna get chilled. They're just like, let me in on your side then, Mom. But on that note, I'm gonna go in, get some dry clothes on, and get a fire going. Well, as you see, I got 2 baby chicks. The little black and gray turkin, his sibling, Frick or Fack, I'm not sure which is which, well, had a mishap with the mud tub that I have for the goslings. So that's been dumped out till these guys are older. I've lost several of the turkin babies to that swimming pool. Came out to put everybody in, and I left the one gate open, and Mama Muscovy is thinking of escaping. But all 3 of my white hens are in. So that mama, just being discouraged, abandoned these 2 babies. She did hear them peeping when I came out, and then went right back into the chicken coop. So, because they are semi-hardened, even though they're still baby fluff babies, and still need a little warmth, so instead of taking them into the house, I'll just do the rubber tote. Gonna put them in that rubber tote, put the 60-watt light bulb on them. Should be enough, because isn't that a beautiful little baby? It looks like it's a cross between fire chicken and one of my slate gray hens. If I get the light bulb on them. And probably should clip a wing so they don't fly out. And then go get a grate, but get them some water. Okay, so there I've got them. And that 60-watt light bulb, shut the windows here in the chicken coop, should keep them warm. They've got food and a little bit of water. So it has been a couple days since Mom basically abandoned those two guys. They're doing really good. She did, the first night when I caught him, got off the roost, came out and looked, and then went right back into the chicken coop. The next morning was sitting in the one window looking in, but other than those two instances, she's moved on, but they're doing good. Probably another week and they'll be feathered enough to go back out with the rest of the flock. So that's where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you all have a good day and a good week, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye.